What up, y'all? Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That.
Don't do that
Right here on Wicked Wednesday.
on
And
16 TV.
yes. So smoke of the ep, because I got so much of it because I go through these pens like crazy. It's pretty much the shape from all this with this around it. So that is the smoke of the ep. 3, 4, 5. Bless you.
Thank you. There you go. First sneezing fit on camera.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, all right, so this episode, you go ahead.
Wicked Wednesday?
Yeah, Wicked Wednesday.
Okay.
Wicked Wednesday.
We're going to start this with something a little lighter because we've been getting real political and real militant. And so I'm going to start it out with two movies. Old school movies that are making a comeback. Number one, Spaceballs.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know if y'all know anything about Spaceballs. Spaceballs was a spoof, the only spoof back then of Star Wars.
Yep.
And it had a guy that was spoofing Darth Vader. He was called Dark Helmet. And he was played by Rick Moranis, who has not been in movies in decades. You may know him also as, one of the dogs in Ghostbusters or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He was the dad, Rick Moranis.
Yep.
Okay?
It's been a minute.
All right. He is going to be Dark Helmet again. He's coming back.
Wow.
He's coming back for it.
May as well.
Now, recently in film, we saw Bill Pullman, Bill Pullman was Lewis Pullman's son. Lewis Pullman, of course, played he played the Han Solo character, or the like Luke Skywalker type character. And he is also coming back. And Mel Brooks played a character that was, I'll tell you the name and you'll automatically know who he was spoofing. Mel Brooks, who is 98 years old and is the person who wrote, and he's the man behind Spaceballs, is coming back to play Yogurt. Yes, Yogurt. Okay, it is rumored that Century, because Century is Lewis Pullman's son, he will be. Or wait a minute, I'm gonna have to look that. I might be wrong because I might have the Pullmans. All I know is that he is a Pullman and that they are related. So Century is related to the Pullman that will be in Spaceballs 2. I heard that was his dad and that he was joining his dad in that as well. These movies. And Keke Palmer is in an unspecified role.
Oh, Lord.
Keke Palmer will also be in Spaceballs 2. Now, the last time this movie came out was in 1987. And that was 38 years ago. And it is going to be produced by Amazon/MGM. And my question with the other film that I'm going to tell you is coming out soon is going to be, can these movies actually survive with that type of comedy, in 2025? And I want y'all to hop down in the comments and say 16 pots, I don't know, man. Or I think that shit funny as hell. I don't know if y'all even have seen Spaceballs, the original Spaceballs.
I haven't.
But it is old school. I saw it. I saw pieces of it. John Candy, of course, is no longer with us. He was the Chewbacca type character, which more or less looked like a dog. I can't remember the name of his character, but it was hilarious. And so, I just want to know, do you think that films like Spaceballs and The Naked Gun?
Listen, I feel that one probably will, because Liam Neeson.
The Naked Gun, where Leslie Nielsen played the original Frank Drebin in Naked Gun. Okay, and it was like the whole airplane thing, and Frank Drebin was in that, and um, it's a different type of humor, and for back then, back in the 80s,
You were able to get away
you
with.
were able to get away with it. But I just want to know, even with Liam Neeson behind it,
I feel.
the trailer is hilarious.
I
It's supposed to be
feel.
coming out in August, and to see Liam Neeson, who did Taken and Taken 2 and Taken 3, I have a very particular set of skills. To see him and him be such a hard ass, and then to see him play Frank Drebin Jr., bro, if you see the trailer make you want to go see it because it looks stupid. It looks hilarious. It's like
yes.
it's
Again, like I
hilarious.
said,
Like Kung
I
Fu
feel.
Hustle was not gonna win any any awards or anything. Wasn't gonna win an Oscar, but if you get high and watch the movie, you'll die. Like probably you might piss yourself. But it is produced. It'll be out on August 1st, with Liam Neeson in the starring role. It is produced by Paramount Pictures, and listen to this one. Okay, this might even give you make you want to go see it even more. It is produced in part by Seth MacFarlane, and we all know that Seth MacFarlane is the genius behind Family Guy, The Cleveland Show, American Dad. I mean, he's hilarious. If you like that type of humor, he's hilarious. But my question to you as the viewer is, can these films succeed in 2025? Thoughts?
I think at least that one will with
Well, she
Liam
likes
Neeson.
Naked Gun. When I showed her the trailer, because she hadn't seen the trailer yet. When I showed her the trailer this morning, she was like, "Whoa, oh my God!" She was cracking up.
Yes,
she was
because
ready.
the what I seen when I seen Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah, like I said, bro, I'm gonna say it again.
My guy.
See the trailer. The
And
trailer
then
is on this
when they
platform.
were
It's here on
going-
YouTube. Check it out.
When they were going through the father,
That
the last one, I'm gonna leave it at that. Go
watch the trailer.
Watch the trailer.
Watch the trailer. Add
Okay.
some views on that trailer because the trailer is hilarious.
Again, like it is, a little light because we got some good news, because why you would never be able to do this anyways is insane.
Let's go.
Victims of wrong house raids can now sue thanks to a Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah. Come to my house, tear my shit up in there.
Now, this is from Black Enterprise by Sherelle B. McNair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson and Sonia Sotomayor suggested wrong house raids aren't the types of mistakes that are immune from accountability, and they shouldn't be. Now, the Supreme Court ruled unanimously that a family from Atlanta can now sue law enforcement for wrong house raids after an incident in their home in 2017. It's a case of wrong house raids, defined as when local, state, or federal officers enter a private home to find a suspect in the wrong home, and is subject to litigation. Unless Congress sets out certain circumstances, the federal government is generally off limits to being sued. The Supreme Court's job was to figure out if what happened to the Atlanta family fell under those circumstances. Agents from an FBI SWAT team forcibly entered the wrong home belonging to Trina Martin, her 7-year-old son Gabe, and her partner Toy Clyott, while looking for a neighbor accused of being involved in gang activity. Now, according to the Associated Press, agents quickly apologized for their mistake, of course, whatever. Now, the fact that you feel as if people shouldn't be held accountable for mistakes, or you act like mistakes can't happen. We are still all human. All right. Not taking that away. I'm not taking away the fact that you have a job to do. I'm not taking away from that. But whenever you screw up so badly, so badly, that you raid the wrong house, you cause damage to their home, you cause damage to their mentality, damage to them physically, probably. And then if there's kids, my God, like you just scared the shit out of these kids and they will have nothing but fear of you now. And they shouldn't be afraid of you, right? Right?
I'm gonna need to recoup those damages. Give me my money.
Expeditiously. The fact that you feel that you shouldn't be held accountable, that you feel that certain things can't happen, certain mistakes can't happen, then you probably should make sure you actually do a full thought out process before you raid a home.
And I had to knock on wood because I just put myself in that person's situation, and I'm just like, bro, people come in and tear your whole house apart,
Yeah.
and then they was in the wrong house. They uprooting and messing all your stuff over, and then I'm not supposed to recoup the damages? Oh, bro, you about to pay me. You definitely about to come with that bread. Guaranteed.
It's like, how are you not gonna think that you should be held responsible?
You got to be. Like,
do we not hold our kids responsible for the mistakes that they do, even though they're learning still?
I'm about to come in here tearing up my shit and not.
Is that not what we do? They still get in trouble, right? And they're kids making simple mistakes, but you have adults that have the full capacity, brain capacity, I'm praying you do, to do a little bit of research on the people that you are actually looking for.
Yeah.
Possibly, stake out the house that you believe is the possible area.
That you're doing your due diligence so that when you're doing your job, you're actually doing your job.
Doing your job.
That's all.
You made a mistake.
Pretty simple. It ain't rocket science.
So whenever you go to, for example, people who were wrongfully imprisoned, are they not supposed to be compensated for the time lost that you guys failed to do, give them?
Or what about when people are elected to be, in the presidential cabinet as Secretary of Homeland Security, and they say that a senator did not identify themselves when they came in to ask a question to a meeting, when that Senator Padilla, clearly identified himself when he came into the meeting, and then you go to the press and say, well, he did not identify himself. This man was slung to the ground and put in handcuffs, and he is a standing U.S. senator. We're
disrespectful.
I'm sorry. Are we in a dictatorship now? I mean, are we about to start saying Heil Hitler? I mean, what's really going on?
I don't know. They're doing ignorant shit. What's your next topic? Let's get off that.
All right, let's get on. So, in one of the other episodes, I had my notes, but I didn't have the right notes, and so I want to tell y'all that the name of the song that I was telling y'all about, and I was saying that is the Ice Cream song. Now, back in the day, a guy named Harry C. Brown, he came up with a song called Nigger Love Watermelon, Ha Ha. That song is the ice cream song truck melody that kids listen to today. So when I was speaking with my friend, Ichiban Side of Masked Man, he was telling me, he said, salute to Ichiban. He was telling me that his grandfather didn't let them chase the ice cream truck for that reason, because he had that knowledge. I didn't have that knowledge until right now, until I gave it to y'all a couple of days ago on the other episode. I didn't have that knowledge. She didn't have that knowledge. This is what I'm saying about knowledge, while he's trying to erase knowledge and erase history, erase facts, go to the Smithsonian and tear down stuff and get rid of the red tails and all of that. This is what I'm talking about. How we didn't even know parts of history. You didn't even know parts of history until we gave it to you. And he's trying to erase it. All right, but Paradise Valley, because I'm going to talk about that real quick, because that was in Detroit, Michigan.
Right here in a northern state, by the way.
I'm from the D.
And it's a northern state, remember?
3136 forever, man. Okay, so from 1930 to 1950, Paradise Valley, redlining lot blacks into overcrowded zones, and later I-75 was put right through the heart of Detroit's Black business district and cultural center. Me and her were talking about this one because I got this one wrong the other day too. 1912, Oscarville, Georgia. White mobs violently expelled the entire black population. The land was later submerged under Lake Lanier.
I had to tell him about that.
Let me repeat that. In Oscarville, Georgia. I said it. In Oscarville, Georgia in 1912, white mobs violently expelled the entire black population. The land was later submerged under Lake Lanier to erase the evidence.
So maybe you guys should, think about the lakes that you guys go swim in.
What might be in the lake?
What might be under?
Huh.
Have you ever wondered why it might not be all that easy to swim down to the bottom of it? Because infrastructure still stands.
And a lot of people are really upset with Trump right now. So it's been a lot of things going on. And they had some shootings at the No Kings rally because everybody was at the No Kings
I feel that's
rally.
a setup. That's a setup. I do not
think
care.
That might have been staged as his assassination attempt.
Just a stage,
He might have just been mad that people wasn't at his birthday bash. They was everybody around the country was at the No Kings rallies protesting his ass.
Decent amount of people at his birthday. If you look, it was a decent amount, but you had it set up like you were expecting like millions of people to show up or whatever. Like you were expecting a lot of people while your bleachers were bare still.
Well, there were a lot
but the
of
streets
people in New York. A lot of people
were full.
Yeah, the streets were full. Everybody is up in arms and coming together for...
Because we don't have a king, bro.
It's crazy.
The United States wasn't made for a king.
So this is the whole thing. It says shooting in Salt Lake City at the No Kings March. Officers heard gunshots shortly after 8 p.m. One person was transferred to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. 3 people are in custody. The events are currently under investigation.
So everybody, make sure you definitely pay attention to the sources that you are getting your information from.
Always.
Please, for the love of God, stay away from Fox. Jesus. I am so tired of you guys.
They say what he wants you to hear.
Exactly. Just stop.
Everybody start listening to Lawrence O'Donnell.
Bruh.
That's my guy.
Exactly.
Start listening to Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC. He gonna give you the heat.
So, all right. So this particular one I had to grab from WUSA 9. Okay, Virginia. This is the author Matthew Torres, published 2:55 p.m. April 17th, 2023, and was updated at 6:17 April 17th, 2023, Fairfax County, Virginia. A grand jury in Fairfax County says there is not enough probable cause to charge Sergeant Wesley Shiflett, who was terminated about a month after 37-year-old Timothy McCree Johnson was shot and killed outside Tyson's Corner Mall. On Monday, the jurors returned with a no true bill, meaning they decided not to indict Shiflett, who reportedly chased after Johnson after he was accused of shoplifting. The Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney Office was wanting to charge Shiflett with involuntary manslaughter and reckless discharge of a firearm. Again, meaning it was an accident. You should serve time for taking a man's life. And if you were reckless with your firearm, you should be in trouble. Court documents reveal 2 other police officers from the Fairfax County Police Department testified in the case. The decision was a surprise for Commonwealth's attorney Steve DeSano, who was expecting an indictment. The prosecution can still present the case to a second grand jury, although it is unclear if that will happen. I'm not surprised, Caleb Kirshner, attorney for Shiflett, told WSA 9. I think the grand jury's seen the circumstances for what they are. The 2 charges were reckless handling of a firearm and involuntary manslaughter, which suggests a reckless discharge in these circumstances. This was far from that. Shiflett had to make a split-second decision that could be life or death. It's always a split-second decision. Says from Matthew Torres for the news, just in, a grand jury in Fairfax County returned a no true bill for the son of a bitch who killed him. Officials said Shiflett chased after Johnson in late February over a pair of stolen sunglasses. Ooh. Body camera video showed Shiflett running after Johnson from the mall, across the parking lot and into a nearby woods. Okay, now Chief Kevin Davis said he fired 2 rounds, one hitting Johnson in the chest. Despite an extensive search, investigators never found a weapon from Johnson at the scene. So, Davis said Shiflett was administratively separated from the department. He will no longer be a Fairfax County police officer. The officer's actions do not meet the expectations of our agency. There was a failure to live up to the expectations of our agency, in particular use of force policies, protocols, and procedures. So, to the jury, that just let this man go, right? Not enough evidence for him to go to prison, but enough evidence for him to lose his job because he obviously did exactly what they were charging him for. So you're telling me why is it okay to kill somebody by shooting them in the back when they're running from you? And that's not murder?
That's a common practice. It's becoming common practice.
Okay.
It's not. Not at all.
How is this man still set to be able to be out free while this man is laying dead in the ground for running away?
It's beginning to be common practice.
But it's okay for Ashley freaking Babbitt, though. As Ashley freaking Babbitt was during the January 6th riot, she didn't comply when the officers told her to get her ass back. She didn't comply, though. So she, boop, 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 boop. But now, us taxpayers, I shouldn't have to pay nothing for her loss. Screw you. She didn't comply. She deserved what she got.
We get that when we don't comply.
She deserved every ounce that was given to her.
If we don't comply.
You guys disgust me.
And no one feels bad about
the chief of police even said he wasn't doing his job correctly. What he did was wrong. And that's not enough for you to even do anything? Fuck out of here. I'm done. I'm straight. It's respectful as fuck. All right, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, get notified every time we drop new content. We'll see you next time on Epic Fridays. Peace.